to be, boy.
One night I'm cruising in my city on the passenger side, and I don't know like what I'm doing in time, but I had feel like with my bitch wanted to go for a ride, not even knowing how the night going down. You see the greatest thing about it, she had went it for my partner. I ain't tripped cause I knew I had a chick on the side.
The following episode contains raw, unfiltered, and out-of-pocket discussions. Listener discretion is strongly advised.
We are back for another week of Unfiltered as Fuck with Kyha Monique. We have a special guest here today. Who we got with us?
Jay Rich, baby.
What type of week you had, Jay?
Well, you know, every day a holiday in my world, so I don't have bad days.
So you had a good week?
Absolutely.
Talk shit. You ready for my questions?
I want to ask you, how was your week?
I had a great week overall. I'm here. Can't complain.
Right. I'm doing good.
Talk shit.
I'm ready for your questions.
You ready for my questions? I got. Okay. My first question is going to be, why in your world every day is a holiday?
That's a great question. Well, you've been dealt the cards that you've been dealt in life. You know, you learn to adapt and adjust and do what you got to do to get to where you want to go.
Type shit.
And you've seen people have to make the transitions that they've had to make, you know, like mom, dad, sisters, aunts, uncles. You know, you've seen them go through some things and, you know, you kind of accept the fact like, okay, life gonna deal its cards, you know, regardless. So it's like, you know, why would I complain? There's no sense of me complaining because life gonna do what it's gonna do anyway. So if I don't complain, you know, I can just keep going and keep moving and do what we're gonna do, you know. So.
Okay. So, what exactly is it that you do?
Well, so I help families with indexing strategies, you know, educating them on how to build generational wealth tax-free and things of that nature. So it all ties into life insurance, but, you know, of course, we got to get people understanding the basis of life insurance before we can get them to understand the indexing part of it.
Right. So, what is it that you do in terms of somebody that don't know what the fuck you just said? Like you just said what you said, and somebody like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about?
Right.
So how would you be able to explain it to somebody?
Right. So
of what you do, and how would it benefit them?
Right. So to kind of put it in perspective for somebody who never heard of the term life insurance.
Right.
We've all seen somebody die. We've all had somebody close die to us.
Yeah.
We've all had some funerals that we've had to attend, and the week prior we've seen GoFundMe accounts. You know,
fish fries, plate selling,
t-shirts, all that good stuff. So
fundraising and all that.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So to avoid circumstances and such, that's pretty much the point of having life insurance, you know. So you want to have life insurance in place simply because pretty much you can say every family, or I want to say every family, but most families are one catastrophe away from, you know, financial disaster.
Right.
And so to avoid circumstances and such, you just simply put a life insurance policy on your loved ones or whatnot. You rather pay a monthly premium versus having to pay the big bill, because the big bill is, you know, the funeral homes. And they get to upcharge all the merchandise. So, you know, a funeral right now, they range between $8,000 and $15,000. In the next couple of years, they're looking at it going up to being $30,000. So you rather pay $30,000 out of pocket, or you rather pay $25, $50 a month, and then get paid $30,000 to make sure your loved ones are taken care of in the midst of your transition.
Okay, so I hear a lot about saying that like life insurance is like, for me now, this might be a little bit too further for the people that don't know about life insurance, but I'm curious. Okay, they said that life insurance can work for you while you are alive. That's why it's called life insurance and not death insurance. So do you know anything about that, or could you enlighten us and everybody?
Of course I know all about it, actually. So it's a difference between final expense. You got final expense and you have indexing strategies. So index universal life, I know I'm kind of getting ahead, but you asked this question.
I did.
Right. So index universal life is the strategies that you're able to utilize while you're alive. You can use it for, just a prime example. We know who Walt Disney is. We know who McDonald's is. We know who the Rockefellers are, right?
Okay.
So what they did was they utilized indexing strategies to get to the points that they're at right now. So these are big and trillion dollar companies that we're talking about. Mm-hmm. And all they did was utilize these strategies to, you know, get to the point that they're at now. Another example, these banks, So what they do is every single dollar that we put into the bank, what they do is they loan it out up to $24. So every dollar that you put in the bank can loan that $24 on your dollar. So
Right.
that's why the recession came about and all that good stuff, because people was trying to go in to get the funds out of the bank. And like, you can't go in the bank and get a certain amount of funds because it's not there. But guess what the bank do with those funds? They go and invest it into these index strategies. So they grow your funds and then put the funds that they borrow from you back into your account while they receive you see what I'm saying, the bigger portion of it.
And keep the cycle going.
Exactly. So why not you do that with your funds versus the bank doing it with your funds?
That makes sense
You
to
see what I'm
me.
saying?
I get it. That make a lot of sense.
Right. So that's how, index strategies works. And I know we probably hadn't, got to this point yet, but people with 401ks, TSPs, that's through savings plans. Anybody
My
who work?
shit. You can continue. You can continue.
Right, well, you're young.
Yeah,
so you
okay,
don't have many years in, and all that good stuff. So,
I've been working since I was 16 though.
but have you had that same 401k since you've been 16?
No, but I got like 3 different companies up under it from all over it though.
Right.
But I be tapping into all of it.
You kind of see, how your funds going and all that good
Yeah.
stuff. Do you see them go up and down, or they kind of stay up?
They go up and down. I be taking the money out and stuff when I'm supposed to.
Right, absolutely. So those are tax deferred accounts, 401ks, and things of that nature are tax deferred accounts. And what that means is, right now the tax rate is 30%. So anybody who retired within this year, what happened is they owe back the government 30% of what's in the 401k.
Okay.
Suckers, right?
Right.
So imagine when we retire in the next few years, we 65, 70 years old, we decide to retire.
I'm sorry to cut you off again,
You
but
don't plan on working that long.
No, it's not that I don't plan on working that long. I just feel like whoever designed that shit of being 65 years old to retire, you deserve hell.
Right.
Because I think
401k though.
I do not know. Can you tell me?
His name Ted Bender. You know the interesting part about the 401k?
What is it?
He don't even invest in the 401k.
So what's the purpose of it?
To keep the cycle going, to keep the government paid, to keep the rich rich.
And the poor poor.
Right, exactly. But so that's why, I wanted to come on here and talk to everybody about the index strategies and how they can, take advantage of the same strategies that the government take advantage of to build themselves generational wealth.
Okay, so how do you feel like with your career, your lane that you put in, in what way could you reach back to the youth and the people that's younger than you and get them to understand, even like the parents because some ignorance is bliss, right. And some people just honestly don't know. It's not that they can't do it. They can probably stop fucking paying Netflix this month and be something as simple as that. You feel me? Right. So like, how can you put that in a term for like people? What can you do to reach back out for them to be able for them to understand, like, or take it more serious than what it is? Because everybody gonna die. Yeah, like that shit written down. Like, so it's like, yeah.
Man, we would like prime example. If somebody knew that they was dying tomorrow, they would get life insurance today.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So if people understood the fact that somebody died every 7 seconds, like for some odd reason, we just look at them like, oh, it ain't gonna hit our family.
Yeah.
And then, but we lose the most people around this time every
year.
Then
when it come, it's finna get cold.
Right, exactly.
Niggas finna take shit serious.
You know what I'm saying? Come on now. You know how this go, man. Like
niggas finna take shit serious.
You know how this go.
It's the holidays. Oh my God, y'all. Go get y'all some motherfucking insurance, bro, because it's cold. I don't want no fish in the wintertime. Okay. So what can you do to reach back out to the youth in a way of getting them to understand how serious it is to have life insurance, or other what you can do with it that can help you grow while you are alive or versus death, and for your family won't be like in a bind or something?
Right. So lately I've been in rooms with district attorneys, people who have major impact on the cities, specifically the city of Birmingham or whatnot.
Right.
I plan to do it for nationwide if I can. But so my plan is to, keep getting into the schools, going to talk to the kids, giving, my business cards and things of that nature to the kids and let them know, hey, take this home to mom and dad, so we can sit down and discuss, what you guys have in place as far as indexing strategies, fund expense and things of that nature, because we all got to leave it someday.
Right.
Of course, I don't expect the kids to understand that.
Yeah.
But if you could just, make this your homework. Teachers, let's make this the kids' homework.
But that should be taught in school still, though. So
it should, but you got to understand it's a public school system. You see what I'm saying? So education like this, you got to take your time out your day to go learn.
But the kids be teaching their mamas and their daddy sometimes.
Right.
So if you learn that at school, Mom, what the fuck is it? IUL or something, like you asking them type of questions and they like, what? Right. So I mean, I don't know. I feel like it don't matter the age. They need to know that shit.
That's true. But that's my goal. So I'm building one of the largest firms and I would say the South, but I'm not trying to limit myself to the South. I want to say the entire United States and surrounding areas. I do want to give a shout out to Miss Jasmine Fenderson. She's my business partner. She's the reason I even got interested into IULs, annuities, and all that good stuff. So the firm that I'm a part of, I'm a co-founder of, and Jasmine Fenderson is the founder of it. And we do got some things in place that we, plan to, give back to the community, expand, career opportunities to others. Because, like I said, we just want to help as many people as we can.
Right.
But knowing the income that you can also obtain while doing this, why not, give back job opportunities and career opportunities for people part-time, full-time, and, allow, people to get more education as far as, indexing strategies.
And you also, you have a booking link where people that's like interested in actually like learning more about what you do.
I'll give it to you so you can.
I'm saying you can tell us about it now, like about the link that you have within your bio.
That'll be easy for them to click it, but it's calendar.com.
But I'm saying, like, what is it there for? What you can do? Is it like a career opportunity? Like, that's what I'm asking. Like, you can tell us about it.
I understand your question now. So my booking site, it's a hiring interview tab that you can click on. And if you're interested in a career opportunity, you click on that. I'll interview you. Financial literacy with Jay Rich or James Rich, whichever one to say on there. That's anybody who's interested in learning more about, being financial literate.
Right.
We have wealth building 101. Anybody who's interested in building wealth. Life insurance, and something else and whatnot. But all in all, it literally tells you
everything piece by piece.
Right, piece by piece.
Black folks don't read though, so I mean, but at the same time, you ain't doing no reading. Please, I don't even really want you to.
Right, because if I get on here, never mind.
Everybody, I get it. So it's for the people who get it though.
Right.
Okay.
If you get it, you get it. So, we can work with it.
If you can give one piece of advice to someone listening who's trying to like level up from like shit to sugar, what would you tell them?
Man, stay small enough, long enough, you'll be big enough soon enough. And that's a lot you can take away from that. And that's primarily saying, like, you got to stay grounded. You got to stay humble. Man, if people knew my story, and that's my ultimate goal, once I retire from insurance in 5 years, my plan to start doing public speaking.
Okay.
And, when I share this story, it's going to touch some people. But so, staying small enough, long enough, and you'll be big enough soon enough. Because a lot of people like to jump the gun when it comes to, like, actually doing what it takes to get to where you want to go.
Right.
Some people want the fame before they have to walk the path.
Yeah, they want to walk before they crawl.
Exactly. Or run before they crawl. And
yeah.
That's the problem. It's like, man, you got to stay the course, because if you don't stay the course, the course is going to teach you adversity. It's going to teach you obstacles. It's going to give you the entire layout that you need. Like, those are your stepping stools. Like, you got to understand, like, you got to be able to jump over these hurdles, because once you're going to face them again.
Right.
A lot of people think once you get rich and once you get,
you still going to have problems. It's just going to be different type of problems.
Different kind of problems. And it's going to be bigger.
Yeah.
But if you don't know how to overcome these
small problems, right.
How you going to overcome these?
Right.
So that's my advice to anybody who's listening, young, old, whatever the case may be. Stand small enough, long enough to be big enough soon enough.
Okay, what's 3 things you think young people should know about leadership and money?
About leadership and money, that is a great question. First and foremost, they should know, and I am going to recommend some books too, by the way. So as a leader, you got to read. You can't lead somebody else and you're still on the same level that they're on.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to read. And one book I do recommend is called 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. That's going to literally teach you how to scale your business, build yourself, and become like this person that, like, unrecognizable. So highly recommend, reading that book. So reading is going to be one. Second one is going to be investing, understanding investments. Because the name of the game is investments. It's not about the physical money that you touch. Because when I tell you it don't mean nothing, like it don't mean a thing. And that's the unfortunate part, with us, because as Black people, we think, every dollar we touch, just because we touching money, like we got money.
I want a fucking receipt, bro. Like,
Right.
even on like the bullshit purchases that I done made, like I just want to see that shit. Like, I probably, if I would have, I probably didn't touch some shit, man.
Right. You didn't touch some money, but that's the thing. Like it's not so much about
And it be
the physical
bullshit,
money.
yeah.
Right. It's not so much.
But I'm saying if I would have did the right thing though,
right,
with it.
ain't no telling what you do.
Yeah,
Right. I mean, but we
but
can't help
know,
ourselves.
yeah, you gonna fuck a bag up.
Didn't know, so it's all a part of it. But
Yeah.
so if you want to get into leadership, definitely got to read. Got to be willing to develop. You got to be open to developing at all times. You got to be open minded. Got to be willing to take advice from people above. You got to be willing to take advice from people below you.
Yeah.
For some odd reason, people think just because they're doing better than somebody, they can't take advice from them.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is I can learn some things from them because I know they doing what I don't want to do. So if you learn they do, if you watch them, if you scale them and see what they doing, of course you're gonna see, okay, I definitely don't want to do that, and I don't want those results.
Like people in life, they be like, you ever had a role model?
Right.
No, I just go around a whole bunch of people be like, oh, not doing that. I ain't doing that. Hell no, that life gonna end up like that.
Exactly.
So I get it though. It makes sense.
Right. So just paying attention to things like that, and like I said, most people think just because they see somebody terrible off, you never know what somebody used to be. You see what I'm saying? So you can take advice from them, and they telling you, okay, hey, if you do this, you're gonna get this, or if you do this, you're gonna be in this position.
Because they had to learn the hard way, and they couldn't get back up. So yeah, they could have. You can take the people that don't know. I get it.
Right. Exactly.
So what are 3 habits you had to unlearn in order to become the person that you are becoming now? Well, the man that you're becoming. Yeah, you had to unlearn from like, okay, you went to JO. I'm gonna say you went to the hood. Like you from the hood. I feel like you from the hood. So you had habits, like you had a life before suit and tie.
Yeah.
So what are things that you had to unlearn in order to like progress in life and become the man that you aiming to be?
Right. Yeah. So first and foremost, it was women. Like all I wanted to do was women. Day in and
Horn
day
dog.
out. Right, exactly. So even with sports, because I played sports, I played basketball and football, but I didn't take it serious because I was just so hooked on women. Like all I wanted to do was women. That's all I knew. Even in college when I played basketball, like I would skip school, something like I wouldn't even go into class because I just wanted
Jay giving it out.
You see what I'm saying? Right, exactly. So that's like number one on my list. Like,
yeah.
So it'd be women, it'd be procrastination. Sometimes I would say I still have a hard time with procrastination here and there. It's not as bad as it used to be, but of course you can find yourself, because I truly feel like I can be way further than where I am. But by the same token, I also understand, I'm where I am because this my season.
It's the character development.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's all a part of it. But so limiting procrastination for sure. So those would be my top 2. And I really don't think there's anything else I really, face as far as like in the way of the journey.
Okay.
So.
What is your definition of having it together as a man? Like everybody say what a man's supposed to be, what a man's supposed to do. What is your definition? What do you feel like the characters of a man should be?
Right. So first and foremost, taking care of the household. I really don't want to do anything until my household is taken care of. So as a man, I know some people might be against this, but me personally, I'm not with the 50-50. Like my household got to be taken care of. Like, and I'm the provider. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I can't have nobody paying no bills in my house or doing this or doing that. Like that's my responsibility. You see what I'm saying? So,
Can I pick your brain with them? Because like most people, when men, they say, okay, they don't do the 50-50, they want to take care of the house. But sometimes they use it as a cover up to be like a narcissist though. Like you want to control the narrative because of it's your household and you sponsor it.
Yeah, see, I'm not really into the control. I don't want to control it.
Type.
First and foremost, because like I'm not your mama, I'm not your dad.
Yeah.
I didn't birth you. You're gonna do what you want to do at the end of the day. And I'm fine with that. But so me taking care of my household, like I want to make sure I got some, because if you living off a female, she can put you out at any given time. Now you got these problems and this and that going on. So that's why my mama always said, look, son, you make sure
You got your own shit.
household have your own at all times, so can't nobody put you out of what you got going on.
Okay. That makes sense. So do you ever feel like it was a time where you feel like you couldn't evolve because of coming from your background and like you not want to be on the wave of what your background came with? So like you feel like people wouldn't like let you grow up?
No, see, and to be honest with you, that's really a mental thing. Like it's all in the mental. You can be wherever you want to be. It's just up to you.
Right.
But so having your own mind,
Not being a follower.
Not being phased by peer pressure, because that's what really get people,
That's how I feel though.
Right, because I'm from Park City. Like I got friends who do all types of stuff. You see what I'm saying? But that don't mean I gotta go do it because they doing it. So
you don't think birds would feel the flock together?
See, it's some limited points. It depends on what you're referring to when you say it.
No, it's simple. It's vague. It's just simple. No, it's simple. It's vague. Either do you believe birds of a feather flock together or no?
I'm a firm believer in that. However,
you're a firm believer in what?
Birds of a feather flocking together.
Okay,
but what I'm saying is, it just depends on the circumstance. Like in this instance, like I got friends who do everything under the sun.
But ain't that the same thing though?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say
in every instance.
Because no, absolutely not.
I don't believe that either.
That's true.
Everybody don't flock. Just because I flock with them, don't mean I still like.
I might don't eat one. Right.
I might be vegan. You get what I'm saying? But he might be cool, all right, with me. You feel me?
But that's why I say it just depends on the circumstance. It depends on the situation to be. That's just to be.
Okay. So how do you balance keep being who you are, coming from where you came from, with knowing where you're going in life and like still wanting to be true to yourself and still be the same, not the same person, but humor wise, personality wise, like that same person. How do you balance it?
So again, it just all goes back to mindset, to be honest with you. It's like, do I want this out of life or do I want that out of life? So balancing that just a bit, just to kind of lay out my daily schedule, which is like I'm at the gym at 5 every morning. I'm either going to play basketball or going to lift weights. But so that's me, and then I'll shower and all that good stuff, get ready for a work day. Primarily Zoom calls, but sometimes here and there I go to a client house if they need me to, come out and lay out paperwork and all that good stuff for them. But so then get work done, I'm back in the gym. You see what I'm saying? So that's what kind of keep me on track of becoming the person I want to become. Because, you got to build your body and you got to build your mind. And then, so once I'm done with the gym again, now I'm reading books and all that good stuff.
So do you feel like this, like with discipline, like, how people say that when they want to be like, because what you are, an entrepreneur, like you work for yourself. So, how you feel like with people saying that just because you're an entrepreneur, you're not free if you don't have discipline? Like, you gotta be your own boss and your own employee for your business to thrive.
Absolutely.
So what's your take on entrepreneurship?
To be honest with you, if you're not doing the right thing in the entrepreneurship world, you're always free. So at the time, it's a devil's playground.
Yeah.
So if you always got time on your hands, then you ain't making no money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you should always want to, be willing to just reach out to people, just converse with people, because as an entrepreneur, if you're not pushing out your business and telling people what you're doing, how you gonna make money?
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. So do you think people avoid insurance because of how they was raised, like survival over like instincts, or like what you think?
I think
over security.
Well, for one, I think the problem is it's not in our school system. But again, it's up to you to learn what you want to learn. Because
further your education, that's a choice.
Exactly.
College taught me that's a choice. Nobody's gonna be on your head saying read their book.
Right, do this.
You do this assignment. Nobody gonna be doing it for you. So yeah.
So once you learn it, because I've been doing insurance for 4 years. Recently became a broker, I think January this year. So, but I've been an insurance agent for 4 years or whatnot, and I'm saying that to say, like it's really a decision, man. Like if you don't decide, what you want to do in life, because prior to this, man, like I said, I was just digging around. I was just doing whatever out here or whatnot.
Think what you did. Right. Worry about hoes. That's what you said. That's what you said.
And that was my problem. That was my problem. First and foremost, you gotta become accepting of reality. Like, once you accept you for who you were, you'll be able to get to where you really want to go in life. And whatnot. So yeah, man, you gotta. Yeah, that's what I gotta say about that.
Okay, so how do you explain the word broker to somebody that never heard it before? Like,
oh, it's just you have access to a bunch of different companies. Like as an agent, you don't have access to that specific company that you contracted with. But as a broker, you got access to, like I got access to 80 plus carriers. You know what I'm saying? So if this specific company don't fit this specific person and their budget and this and that, then I can go over here to this company and say, oh, hey, they got, they fit your budget, they fit the product that you're looking for. Let's get you this coverage with this company. So that's the only difference between an agent and a broker.
okay. Well, that's the difference.
Right.
So, do you feel like on, I'm gonna say your elevation of you becoming the man that you are today, do you feel like it had to change who you hung around, or even the people like you dated? Like, you know how you said you got homeboys from all different walks of life. Like, do you feel like, okay, I can't fuck with them like I used to fuck with them. I can fuck with them, but I gotta,
At a distance.
yeah, I got shit to lose. Like,
So change requires change, and you really not. Elevation requires separation. So you can't elevate if you're still doing the same thing and walking around life with the same people. Because the higher you go, everybody can't come with you.
right.
That's the thing about the top. So when you're in these different rooms, you can't necessarily bring everybody with you, and that's the drug dealer homeboys, the jailbird homeboys, the whatever they want to be.
Yeah.
Everybody can't go in the same rooms with you. So you just gotta have that understanding with your people. Like you can still fuck with your people. Like don't get me wrong, but by the same token, it's like, all right, bro, I got this going on. So either you can, you see what I'm saying, kind of clean it up, and I can offer you this opportunity, or you still do what you do. I still fuck with you. Don't get me wrong, but I got to do this to get to where I'm really trying to go.
Right.
Because the name of the game is like longevity. Like you got to do what you got to do to stick around for a long time.
Right.
If you ain't trying to stick around for a long time, then you can't be in my immediate circle.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's nah.
Okay, so have you ever felt pressure to like tone down your success to like continue to be relatable to your peers? Like, I'm saying even like when you first started out, like not now of who you are, but I'm saying like 4 years ago when you was still on bullshit in your ear. And just like, did you ever feel like you had to tone down yourself?
Yeah, so I
or how was your transition of like, because like, okay, let's take the mask off. Everybody is not gonna be like, where you from? Gonna be like, you probably this nigga selling insurance.
Right. Exactly.
They're not taking you serious. So I'm saying, so when you did that shift in life, like, did you feel like, okay, to be relatable to your homeboys, to your friends, or even the people that you just, not even homeboys, but like your associates, your peers. So did you feel like you had to ever do that, or?
I don't think I ever had to tone down because I've always been a leader. You see what I'm saying? Like even when I was doing what I was doing, I've always been a leader. So whatever I did, somebody else doing it with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was never what somebody else did and I followed them. Because I've always had a mind of my own. So I don't feel like I ever had to tone down as far as, my success or whatever it is that I had to do to, kind of, I guess, fit in.
Okay, so I was saying, like, how did people take you, I guess, with your background?
Man, so when I first started, man, it's a crazy story. You know how entrepreneurship goes. Like when you first start something out, people not fucking with you.
Always, yeah.
But when they see you actually starting to grow,
get serious, yeah.
Like, I'll say whatever he got going on, I need to either pay attention to him, see what he got going on, like just want to be around.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when I first started, it was something simple, man, from family, friends, and all that good stuff, man. I just needed somebody to do like practice presentations with me so I can, just kind of get the hang of it. Now, when I tell you, none of my family like even tried to show up for the practice presentation for me. At that minute, I knew I was turning a different leaf because it's like, man, all of my family, like if it was sports or something like they'll show up for me. But with this being a different entity, it's like, they ain't really trying to. Yeah, it's entrepreneurship different, man.
Okay, so how do you keep yourself motivated and moving? Like when you have your slow seasons, like, clients ain't coming in like they supposed to.
Right.
You like, shit, I don't know if this going, because entrepreneurship is up and down. Yeah.
So that's been me, I would say the first 3 years. So I really I won't say recently gained some real traction. I would say it was maybe end of 23 beginning of 24 when I started to get some real traction as far as entrepreneurship, because man, it's up and down. You know,
I know.
like if you're not mentally tough
Yeah.
to do entrepreneurship, bro, like it's gonna eat you up. But so ask your question again, because it sounds like a 2-part question.
I said, so how do you handle with the slow seasons of your
Right. So
business
now it's
of your
like,
up and down?
so with entrepreneurship again, like you got to know how to save. You got to know how to put your funds away. Like you can't be out here just blowing money.
Right.
So because you're gonna have slow seasons, you know, like right now will be the best. Right now is really the best season when you're doing life insurance and sales and all that good stuff.
Niggas finna get serious.
Yeah, niggas finna start flying. You know that's just what it is. That's what it is. Just keep in mind, summertime, everybody on vacation.
Everybody having a good
city.
time.
Yeah,
They popping in it.
Exactly. So you can't catch them then, but now it's the holidays. They're gonna be at home with the family.
Oh shit!
They catch you coming out the door and you go. You see what I'm saying? So it's easier to sell now versus being in the summertime. That's like a slower season of spring. Start to get hot outside. But yeah. But so you gotta know how to balance your funds, man. Because every day ain't gonna be a holiday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But every day ain't gonna be. Okay. But yeah, you gotta learn how to scale your business, man. You gotta learn how to, you gotta save for a rainy day.
Right.
If that makes sense. But again, investments is what comes into play, because if I ever really fell on hard times, I know I got this IUL I can rely on. Go borrow a few funds out of there, and if I want to put it back, I put it back. If I don't, I don't. Versus going to get a loan from the bank. And now I got all these penalties and stuff like that because I done used all this money from the bank, and I ain't got nothing to show for it.
Right.
So.
Okay, so if you fell off today, what skill or mindset would you have to get yourself back to you're comfortable, like you comfortable?
I'm a jack of all trades. Like I can tear a car apart and put it back together. Like that's what I took a mechanical engineering in school.
Mm-hmm.
I worked at Hoover Toyota before I started doing insurance and all that good stuff. So I know how to weld. Like honestly, it's nothing I don't know how to do, or that I'm not willing to learn how to do. That makes sense.
Okay, so do you think social media messes with people's mindset of their financial mindset?
Yes, because everybody trying to live above their means. Because social media said, "Oh, you got to have a G-Wagon, you got to have a Hellcat, you got to have this 7-bedroom, 7-bath mansion for $2.3 million," and like everybody try to live above their means,
right?
And
Keeping up with the Jones,
exactly. Like if you
then when they get popped,
you see what I'm saying? You want to make your shot so bad.
we motherfucking frying fish, right?
So. Exactly, because they get on there. Like for some odd reason, man, people feel the need to flash money, man. And when I see it, it's so ironic. Because every time I see somebody flashing money, they end up dying like not too far after that. And I
be flashing my money.
You need to stop flashing your money. You need to invest your money. Stop flashing your money. You gotta keep in mind, like people start to follow you once they see you got stuff.
I am broke, y'all.
Yeah, you can tell them that. When you're dead, they gonna find out. They'll find out when you're dead. But while you're
they gonna see how you really was living. Oh shit, yeah.
But they ain't gonna find out until you're dead.
Damn, yeah. I'm telling you right now, y'all, I'm broke. Don't hit.
You can tell them that. They want to find out by themselves. They don't want you to tell them.
Don't find out the hard way. I'm telling you right now. What the fuck? Okay, so what's something that you learned about discipline that wasn't taught in your environment where you were raised?
Something I learned about discipline. Man, honestly, discipline is really what allowed me to become who I am. So I've always had discipline because I've had male figures in my life,
right,
since a kid. And I've always
so you had a father. You ain't one of them.
Father, uncle.
Niggas be wanting to call the kettle black and they ain't had no daddy.
Right,
okay,
exactly.
Okay.
Oh yeah, man. I had every father figure that you could.
Oh, I ain't read in these comments and I ain't.
Comments going on too.
Oh yeah, some comments going, but
okay. Read some comments. What, they got questions?
Oh shit! Just Keisha fresh fried by Stick Baby 205 screaming on all platforms. Get some life insurance. And they told me I ain't stopping in the cold to get a fish plate. Mo Meezy said, "Hey."
What it do, Mo?
Da Vinci said, "So why y'all matching?" And then Keisha said, "Facts read yes." And then Janaya said some laughing emojis.
They're facts, man. But yeah, discipline though. Like back to that question.
Mhm.
Like I've always had. That's why I've always been able to, give it to others. Like even cats older than me. I've been big brother them. Like
Yeah.
not saying that to brag or boast, but because I've had the discipline that I needed to have to, be able to give that back to, people that caliber. So I've always had discipline.
Okay. So
Take your time, Pastor.
I'm gonna ask you a question, but I didn't put them in no order.
Oh, that's fine. Whatever order you got.
Okay, so here go a question. Okay, everybody talk get money,
Mm-hmm.
right? So never protect money. What's the difference between making it and maintaining it?
So making money is easy, but retaining the money is
That's
what
my
people
problem.
struggle at. Right, exactly. Because nobody really knows what to do with their funds, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like again,
I get excited.
right. Like shit, I got two. I'm finna go
I get excited, bro.
I got 2 racks right here. I'm finna go blow this or do whatever, because like people don't.
No, let me
know
have
what
a
to do with
couple
their
of them. Like when there's a couple, get excited. Okay.
Yeah, man. People don't.
Okay.
People don't understand. Again, the name of the game is investing in longevity. Investments is what take you where you want to go.
Okay.
So just having a dollar, just having that quick money or whatnot, like that leave your hands faster than you got it. You see what I'm saying?
So do you believe like how some people be saying, if you grind now, you get to like play later, like, or do you feel like that, or do you still feel like you need to kind of balance that in with your life and where you want to be, where you see yourself in the future?
When you get to where you want to go?
Yeah, you know how like they supposed to grind now and then so you can relax and play later. But I'm saying, do you feel that way, or do you feel like it's supposed to be like a balance within the two?
I wouldn't necessarily say grind out, play later, because there's still gonna be a lot of work to be done once you
later.
Get on how you go. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not so much of. I think we probably try to take the term too literal when they say grind out, play later. But then again, the people who saying it haven't really got to where, you see what I'm saying? Where they need to go to even be able to use that term, So.
But I'm saying, no, that's what they say. Is in like even with like the older generation would say that as a being in your 20s, right, you are in your 20s, right? Yeah, right.
Absolutely. But so I say you learn throughout the entire process. I wouldn't necessarily say grind now, play later, because I'm gonna grind now, but I'm gonna grind later too. Yeah. But it's also I'll have more to play with, if that makes sense to you. So
I think that the 30s is like the new 20s.
You think so? Why you say that?
Because it's like in your 20s, you don't know shit. You get what I'm saying? Like you just falling and get back up, falling, get back up, falling, get back up. Then in your 30s, you know a little bit more, and then you got a little bit stability behind you with it. So it's like you can it's like your 20s all over again, but a more responsible 20-year-old. That's how I feel like that. Especially like if you ain't got no responsibilities. When I say like kids and shit, like I feel like 30s is the new 20s. Like
I get exactly what you're saying, and ironically enough, like one of my OGs, he 30. Well, he was 35 at the time when he said this. He said, "Man, I was 35 and I still didn't know what I wanted to do in life." But eventually he got into real estate and all that good stuff. But you got 30-year-olds, you got 40-year-olds who still don't know exactly what they want to do in life. And that's okay, because everybody get to where they want to go.
Everybody got their own different race. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, and that's what a lot of people get caught up at too. Like, man, I got to have this by this age or that by that age. And that's when you find yourself. I think I was telling you that earlier. Like sometimes we get ourselves caught up in, not
in the now,
not respecting what we have right now. You see what I'm saying?
And so forget.
And so we looking out in this future, and it's like, dang, I can't wait to go live that life. And then we try to hurry up and get to that life, and we hadn't even, faced the obstacles and the adversity that we need to face to even know how to obtain
that character development. That's what I think. I think life is a game of character development.
Exactly, because you gotta develop your character. I'm talking about every single day. You gotta be working on character development, because when I'm 35, I can't let the same thing that I faced at 25
that made you
exactly. So like you got to know how to maneuver around things.
I be thinking back and I be like, damn, I should never said that.
Right. Exactly. Like, man, what was
but then I be like, I said that shit.
But then again, if you did say it, then you wouldn't know how to.
Yeah.
If it faced you again, you wouldn't know how to approach it if you didn't do it. But since
this shit is character development.
You learn from it. Yeah. So
a lot of shit that I've been crashed out about.
You wouldn't do it now, right?
I'm like, it ain't worth it. It ain't even worth it. She's scared now. She traumatized.
Situation.
Okay, so Pratt the hood to me. So you from the hood, right? So you grew up, I mean, I don't know. Most people, I grew up around people saying like, okay, you don't supposed to trust banks, right? So why should people trust insurance?
Why should people trust insurance?
Mm-hmm.
So normally success leave trails, right?
Another little white person scheme. I'm talking as if I was like, like, okay, it's just a white person scheme. Like they just another.
Is you saying is insurance a white person?
Yeah, it's just another little white person scheme. It's nothing that I'm supposed to care about. It's not gonna benefit me in nothing, no type of way. So why should I trust it?
I mean, if you look at most white people, they're pretty successful, right? So success leaves trails,
Okay.
So if I'm looking at somebody who's invested in IUS and annuities, and they at the age where it starts to pay them, and I see it's paying them $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year, and then I go over here. And look at somebody who didn't, follow the same routine, and they don't have the same thing going on right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who would I follow? Like, who would I even try to, model?
But that's not telling me to trust them, though. They're just saying, okay, that's what they did. But why should I trust insurance? Why should I trust to put my money into insurance? Right. Why? Like, why should I? Why should I care?
So again, success leaves trails, right?
Yeah.
So if I see this person right here who didn't do what this person did, why would I follow this person?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So if you and insurance date back for years and years to come, and so if I've seen, what life insurance has done for my loved one, like all it takes is one person for you to see, hey, they invested into this and then they passed away. And then I seen this insurance company to pay my family $50,000, $60,000. And grandma was able to give me, $10,000, $20,000 to go buy her this car, buy my sister this car, my brother that car, whatnot.
Right.
I know my grandma had that money stashed because, you know what I'm saying, like we from the hood. Mm-hmm. So obviously she had to get that money from somewhere for us to be able to, obtain something as such, right? But so that alone should show you like the power of the game is insurance. You see what I'm saying? Because people utilize insurance to get to where they want to go. And so if you see somebody, or if you like, it's all like that. Like it's in books, it's on social media.
They said that if you want to hide some knowledge from somebody, put it in a book. Put it in a book. Motherfuckers don't read.
Put your $2,000 in a Bible or in a book in your house, and somebody.
My mama, she be keeping them $2 bills in their Bible, bro. Like I swear to God, she in that you go through that Bible, you flip through them down, you just see $2 bills falling out that bitch.
Right. Because the normal person ain't coming to break in your house for no Bible, no books, man. They come to get TVs and stuff that pop out the screen. And that's the problem. Insurance don't pop out the screen to people, so when they see it on social media, it's like, oh shit, let me scroll past this, because it ain't something that's all sexy,
Right.
But let it be on a woman, dude, like shit, let me slide in her DM and try to get this number.
Sad.
So yeah, it's just not as sexy as people would like for it to be, for them to be willing to make the investments that they need to make.
Right. So name some simple things that people like waste their money on monthly that they could change their life.
Clothes, shoes,
that's a necessity. Shut the fuck up. That's like a necessity. Like I ain't gonna think it's for me, it's a necessity.
But every single month, like you need to have a wig every single month.
I don't think I don't buy a wig every single month. I don't.
Right. And
but a wig is a necessity for me.
I got you. But it's crazy because you can really have
some so bald head.
Some so bald head. Just get your fresh fade. You good.
I did that phase. I went through that phase in life.
Do it again. You gonna say a lot of
No. That's what made me get on wigs. I swear to God, I was going through something in life and I cut all my hair off.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
made you a new person.
No, bro.
Like you don't feel better at all. You don't feel different at all.
When I did that shit, I felt stupid as hell. Why the fuck did I cut my hair? Yes, like why did I do that shit? And then I tried to play it off and like actually like it. I went to the barber, got it lined up and shit. And I was like, bro, that's what got me into wigs. And then I've been on wigs ever since then.
Right. So it's and it's crazy, bro, because again, life comes with discipline. Mm-hmm. Once people realize they don't need clothes every month, shoes every month, like the fanciest materialistic things, like you don't need that every single month. Like you can still have it. Like I still got J's and design and all that good stuff.
Right.
But I also understood, like, okay, I can have this, but I also got to invest too. So if I'm not investing, then because keep in mind, like inflation, we can agree inflation going to increase over the years, right?
Well, hopefully, since
You can stop hoping.
since they cut these food stamps off, nobody going to store and buy no groceries, and they take the prices down. So we gonna see.
So in your right mind, you think inflation going to decrease?
I feel like it's gonna decrease. If they take government assistance away, I feel like the minorities in the world are more the big spenders in the world. Like, although we broke, we spend the most money. So right on dumb shit that we have nothing to show for. So I feel like if they stop giving us that extra money and we having to get in our bag and actually get up and go to a fucking job and work for something other than sitting on your ass to the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 15th to government to give you something, it's not gonna be bought out in the store. So guess what? If people not coming in the motherfucking store spending this unnecessary money, it's no point of me having it for fucking $30 now. I can have it for fucking $15. So that's how I think.
Better reason for me to raise it, to be honest with you.
I think that's gonna make them drop it. I could be wrong.
Absolutely not. That's gonna make them want to increase it because sales are slower. So they're like, okay, cool. If I increase this.
But then don't you put shit on sale when you like? That's what I'm saying. So the prices, it's gonna be probably on some. Probably $2 off, but they're gonna make it sound so fucking good that it's a sale. But I'm saying it's gonna be yeah. So I think that it's gonna be. I think it's gonna bring it down just.
So let me ask you this: you think funerals gonna increase or decrease in the future?
Funerals? No, I think funerals. People are going to die. You were born to die. Right. Like, no. I feel like jails. I feel like churches, and I feel like funeral homes, like this should be something that's forever in business.
Oh yeah,
motherfuckers gonna rob somebody. It don't matter if it's black on black, white on white, purple on purple. Somebody's going to jail. Somebody's gonna die.
Right, exactly. So
and somebody gonna need a preacher to come there. So you gotta go to church.
Exactly. And you gotta combine, man. All that stuff is like pretty much government related. Well, it's wrong because they can control their own prices and all that good stuff. It's private owned.
Churches are government related as well, though.
Right, absolutely. But so that's why prices won't ever decrease, though. That's why inflation won't ever decrease because it's literally a system. Like all this stuff is systematic. Everything is the way it is because it's a design to it. Like they literally control us. They know if they limit us to this, and we still gonna find a way to still go get it. That's just what it is.
So you don't think it's gonna go down?
Inflation is only gonna increase. Like again, tax rates right now it's 30%. In the next few years, or when we decide to retire, tax rate, you can mark my word, I guarantee it's gonna be between 70 to 75%. So we're gonna have to pay that back to the government if we got 401ks and stuff like that.
So you think we're gonna pay them $2,000 back? Did they say they're gonna give y'all?
They're gonna find a way to get it back.
I didn't get the last $1,200, so I ain't excited yet.
So I'm gonna make sure you get that $2,000. You're gonna find a way to get his dollars back.
I wasn't excited. I'm not excited about the $2,000 because I didn't get the 12. So
you're gonna get the $2,000 and they're gonna find a way to get it back. Just by the way. Just a while.
He gonna need to give me 32 because I didn't get the 12.
Was he in office when he?
That was him. That was him that wrote his name on the checks. That's all that they said that he gave us the money, but he just.
But it was two different 1,200s, right?
Yeah,
if I remember right.
It was two different ones. I think. Yeah, I got the first one. I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't get the second one, so I'm kind of salty about that.
Goodbye. You get that $2,000.
Y'all, and when y'all get y'all 2,000, tell them to go get some motherfucking life insurance.
Man, bro, I tell ya, like insurance is so cheap, bro. Like it's like if you got a 2-year-old, you can get $50,000 worth of coverage for $19.04.
For a 2-year-old?
For a 2-year-old.
That's still
like 2 and 5 or something like that.
Nothing about that statement said, let me go have no kids. I don't give a fuck.
So people who don't have kids,
that didn't sound good.
But if you got kids, you like, I can get that for $20.
Don't tell them that because I really be thinking they be having babies for income tax. Don't tell them no schemes like that.
See, that's a different story for a different day because I think a lot of people have kids for like government assistance.
They be like,
yeah. So, because if you're gonna have government assistance, the father can't be around pretty much.
But that's how they keep the black families broke up.
Yeah.
I maybe like 2 weeks ago, maybe like it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had a guest on here and we was having a conversation and I was just like, we gonna take that shit back. You were here, yeah. We was having a conversation about, okay, I said that the world, like, we fought for a spot in the room, but not a seat at the table. Right. So that's when we going back to saying that it's systematically, basically. So if I give this minority person black, white, purple, green, orange, these amount of benefits a week or a month or however, that means that you don't need help from a male figure.
Exactly.
So guess what? Now it's no longer 2-parent households. It's a one struggling parent household. It's just like, I felt like it's all part of the scheme. Like, yeah, we're gonna hush you up and make you think that you equal to your peer, but you're not equal to your peers. The whole game where you're gonna have to work like 20 times harder just to be in the room, because you're never gonna get a seat at the table. Because we can take it back to like Bill Cosby or R. Kelly. They wanted to go invest their money into big things, and guess what? Now some shit from 20 years ago come back, eat them in the face. But it's like he just wanted a fucking own network show.
Purpose. Like, if you don't have your head in these books, man, like, these people literally got you by strings attached to their feet.
Right.
And that's the second part, because once we throw government assistance up, Section 8 up, and all that good stuff, man, like, I have never been a fan of it from the perspective of I never want to be on that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, it's a hinderer for sure.
Right, exactly. So it absolutely.
I did want some food stamps though, a little bit though. I ain't gonna hold you.
You wanted them?
Yeah, I never got food stamps. They never accepted my application. Never, not no time. Even when I was in college.
Yeah,
but I wanted a little food stamp.
You wanted food stamps, absolutely. Don't get me wrong, that food has shit.
I would have been cooking.
Government assistance is in more of the households now.
You think so?
Yeah, because in order for you to get government assistance, and I can go based from where I work, and the guys that I work with are $100,000 a year, and the wife don't work, and all they do is say that they're married but separated from the father. The kids are on all kids or whatever it is. Get insurance, and the mother says the father's not with them, so they do get the food stamp. So now the man is working, but he don't buy food, he don't have to pay insurance, whatever. And these are the people that are riding around in the nicest vehicles. They live in the biggest houses. They do everything. Yeah.
But that's what white people be doing. That's even back to like the IULs. Like, that's why people be using them in real life. Like, and not when they dead, because they don't teach you these things in life.
If I found with a certain amount of money that I make, I never will qualify. Because I make much qualify. In order to qualify, you can't.
That's so crazy.
So if they're married, the husband can work. The wife say they separated. Boom, she fill out the application. She don't got no job, so they gonna get her the max, and she gonna put all the kids on it. So they eat lobster, shrimp, and tails and shit at home.
But so they don't know the father's in the picture though, right?
No, because all you have to do is say that.
They ain't coming in your house with no flashlight. Yeah. By back in the day, they were on Section 8. That's how they was able to get the men out the household. They was coming in that bitch making sure when the men closed.
Section 8 is definitely the thing, because fine for the Section 8, and the Section 8 is gonna pay the husband the rent, and that's what you're paying more.
So it's his house, boom. But I done got Section 8, boom. So I'm telling the Section 8 people that this my landlord, boom. So I'm giving $1,800 a month to my husband to pay the mortgage on his property. Allegedly. That's y'all smart. Y'all some smart cookies. Y'all some smart cookies. I just learned some shit today. But I don't want to be a stay-at-home mom.
We have amazing insurance. Why no one had their kids on the insurance?
Right.
And like my second year there, I learned that, like, on the problem, like, how is that possible?
Right.
And then after talking to some of my other associates and friends, they was like, oh yeah, I'm on Section. I just don't tell my husband.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he don't live here. Oh, I get food stamps. I just get a part-time job, and I work a couple of hours. I just work enough so I can have some extra money in my pocket. Pay the bills. Section 8. else will do whatever. I mean, and everybody they got the nicest shit. It's like
Right.
you get penalized for be working.
Yeah, that's facts. Because they
So they want us to keep us poor, the poor, the rich
yeah,
rich.
yes, that's the name of the game. Yeah, they want to keep the rich and the poor
Somebody
poor.
got to stop.
Right, but so that's why I don't know if you know or not, but the middle class and the low class they pay the most in taxes.
That's why I want all of us to like rebel against their ass and just be like, we ain't paying no bills, we ain't paying no rent, we ain't buying no groceries. I just want everybody, I swear to God, like I really want everybody to drop their nuts and be like, we ain't paying for none of that shit. And then we gonna see how they gonna be like, what we need to do, what we need to do. And we need to be like, free healthcare. And then they be like, what we need to do, what we need to do, what we need to do. And then be like, free necessities. Yeah, like y'all for real. Like y'all don't, it's this shit bigger.
I don't think they're gonna care because people are gonna go back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just you are a small portion.
Right.
No, I'm saying I want everybody, middle class,
That's what I am.
poor. I can tell y'all what I want though.
Yeah, you can want it all day long. Please, feel free.
I just want them to come together and be like, we ain't paying for none of this shit. Alabama Power not getting their money. Georgia Power not getting their money. Nobody. I'm talking about what y'all gonna do?
Right.
Okay, but if everybody shit out, we gonna have to stall them out. That's how I feel. But nobody gonna want to stall them out for however long it take. How many days the government been shut down?
Quite some time.
So we need to go
This is
double
government
it.
we talking about.
But that's what I'm
Again, we're
saying. We
puppets.
need to go double it. Y'all scary. See? Y'all scary. I ain't said that shit.
Because you notice that if you go to the store, the shit going down.
And that's how I
Let's talk
feel.
about the food.
Yes.
The
That's what I'm telling you. Like these ain't nobody in there with no $800 in that bitch buying this shit up. They have a certain quota to get this shit out the store.
Yeah.
They gonna have to mark that shit
I
down.
mean, they still get your money though.
Marking it down. This cash though. This not government assistance.
But they still get your bread.
I guess I'll give you that one.
They still get your bread one way or
So if I was to call you, or anybody was to call you, be like, "Hey, I got $200 to $500 to play with a month. I want to change my life." What would you tell them to do?
It depends on the age, and it also depends on the health condition. So keep in mind insurance.
Mhm.
And again, IULs and fixed index annuities. And we'll get into fixed index annuities too for the older class. But so IULs, insurance altogether is based on your age and it's based on your health condition. So, and it's based on your criminal background as well. People don't even know that. But so if you got a lot going on as far as in your criminal background, they're going to give you
Motherfuckers can't get insurance with a bad background.
you can get it, but it won't be what you want to get.
That's
they'll limit you to like
crazy.
15,000. Right. Exactly.
Okay, but that makes sense.
But so for anybody who have, 200 to 500 to play with monthly, I also want to speak on term with living benefits as well. But so if they have something in that range, and let's just say, they're a healthy individual, I would highly recommend, we'll sit down and we'll still do a personal financial review, just to see, if they have any other funds that may be floating around or just, because before I did my personal financial review, I didn't know where every dollar went.
Right.
Now I know where every dollar goes. So having sitting down with a financial advisor and having a personal financial review done, that's going to let you know where every single dollar going, and it's important to know where every single dollar is going. So if they do have 200 to 500 to play with, I would highly recommend and get them IUL structure to their liking, whether they want to structure for retirement or whether they want to maximize their the income or whatnot, so that they can utilize it while they're alive. So that way, they can go invest in whatever else they want to invest into, like. They want to go invest in land, properties, whatever the case may be. They'll be able to invest into that and use the IUL versus going to get loans from the bank and all that good stuff. They'll be able to pay themselves back if they wanted to put the funds back into the IUL versus having to go pay the bank back if you borrow from the bank.
Okay.
That makes sense?
That makes
break it down some
it. You can break it down some more, but it made sense to me. But you can break it down some more.
Right. So all you pretty much doing, man, when you're getting loans and stuff from the bank, people who primarily in real estate and stuff like that, like they'll tell you, hey, go and get this from the bank, go and get that from the bank. My recommendation would be to borrow from yourself, invest this for the next 2 or 3 years or 3 to 4 years.
So you would tell them to get an IUL with?
I would highly recommend borrowing from you because again, you borrow from yourself,
right,
versus from the bank. So I would highly recommend you borrow from yourself so you can decide whether you want to put those funds back versus you borrow from the bank and then they putting all these, they putting all this stuff in place to where, okay, if you don't pay this by this time, there's gonna be a penalty. And
But how does that look like realistically? Like for like an IUL, you got to put money. It has to build up. So like, say if that person like, so what would be realistically the ideal of them to being able to see that them putting that $200 to $500 back a month would actually like be able to in that moment be beneficial for them? Like, what would be the realistic view of that?
right, so IUL is pretty much stocks, man, but it only participates on the up end of stocks. You know what I'm saying? So again, the variable account, the 401ks and things of that nature is a variable account that goes up and down. So that's why you see your 401k increase and decrease all the time.
Mhm.
But so IUL, it's an indexing strategy. Indexing means it's increasing, it's going up. But so what happens is once you get to this level and then the stock market crashes, you had a 0% floor. So you never go back to this level. You always lock in, what you before the market crash, you always lock in at that level. Then once the market starts to do good again, the funds increase. So you never have to worry about losing anything as far as, in your IUL and things of that nature versus how you would in your 401k. It has that 0% floor. So you're gonna always have money in your IUL.
So realistically, when would they start be able to see it?
As far as growing, or when they can borrow from
When they can borrow from it, like realistically, like.
So I always tell people, man, depending on your goals, give it like 2 to 3 years, and then you'll see some real back. Because of course I had an illustration and all that good stuff, and I can tell you where it should be, and then you can actually track. You got an iPhone, you can look at stocks, and like if you look at stocks, it's gonna tell you exactly how your funds performing or how that specific stock is performing.
Right.
And once you see it, you see it's doing amazing. That you can go in there, you see what I'm saying, borrow from your IUL or whatnot. But so you can literally keep track of, stocks and all that good stuff. But again, if you're investing into that variable account, you're sure going to increase and decrease. But if you invested into that index strategy, you had a 0% floor. So your funds are always increasing at all times, but as long as the stock is doing performing. But yeah, so like 2 to 3 years, give it some time to actually build some value, get an insurance company. Because what happens is insurance companies has insurance companies. Like insurance companies are protected by insurance companies. So these are big and $1 trillion companies who got all types of money. That's what I'm saying. So they got this general fund that you actually, borrow from. So you're not necessarily borrowing from your IUL. The funds are coming from the company's general fund.
Right.
That makes sense. So these are again $1 billion and $1 trillion companies that got all this money. Like they got no problem with dishing money out, and they also got no problem with retaining money either.
Right.
So it's 100% up to you, as far as what your goals are. I say give it 2 to 3 years if you feel like it's something that you want to do immediately. But if it's something longer off, like 5 to 10 years, then let that shit build. Keep investing into a little bill, so that way you got even more money to play with.
So realistically, what can you say that somebody can the minimum dollar amount that somebody can use monthly to set themselves up for
Right. So
a long term? Yeah.
So again, age and health condition. We'll just go based on age. So let's just say a 30-year-old investing like $500 on a monthly basis. We'll say if they invest that 500 for the next, let's just say 20 to 25 years, they could possibly set themselves up to have $1.3 million in that lifespan.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So as it builds up, you continuously pay this until it's time, because it's going to start to pay you eventually. So again, if you structure it for retirement by age 60, let's just say he wanted to retire at age 60. 30-year-old want to retire at age 60. They've invested in this strategy for 30 years. So now the strategy probably going to pay them somewhere between $200,000 to $400,000 on a yearly basis for the rest of their life, basically. So you much rather have stuff like that paying you versus you getting to retirement and you had this 401k
that I keep taking money out of, and now they
that you're getting penalized for because you've been tested before 59 and a half. So yeah, you get ate up in that 401k.
Yeah.
So
how many policies can you get on a person? Like, wait, I don't understand. Like,
you can get how many policies you want.
Like I'm saying, so like I can't fucking think. I'm sorry.
Like life insurance or IULs?
I'm saying like life insurance policies. Like, what's the ideal number of policies that a person should have out on somebody, or should they just have like one great policy? Or
so you can. It's all circumstantial. It just all depends on the circumstance. Like just a prime example, I got like a few policies on my system. You know what I'm saying? Then I love you to death, but I got quite a few policies on my sister. I got like maybe 4 policies on her. So it just depends.
Why
on what
do you
can
have
afford.
4 policies on her?
Again, we all got to leave her someday. So if I leave here before her, or if she leave here before me, shit, I'm gonna get paid and I'm gonna invest that money. You see what I'm saying? And
But 4 though, that's what I'm saying. That's not excessive. Like, why you feel like 4?
Well, I mean,
You can just get like one great policy.
I mean,
But I'm saying one great policy, but
yeah, I could. But why not have 4 great policies? The more the merrier.
okay.
That makes sense.
So what was something that she did where you had to say, I'm finna pay your 4 policies on her? Like, what?
So it's not just my sister. I got policies on my mom, on my pops. Like, I understand we all gotta leave it someday.
Right.
I don't want to be left behind with nothing. Like, I can't be I don't know if you got, well, I know my mom and pops got insurance and all that good stuff, but let's just say, for instance, they didn't, or the insurance companies that they have, they decide not to pay out or whatnot. Well, I know shit. I got some coming in, so you see what I'm saying? I'm struggling that back in. So it's reassurance for me in their case. You know, so
you sleep better at night.
I sleep great at night.
To know.
So if they left her, we paid. You know what I'm saying? So
is you gonna be sad or?
I'd rather be. I'd rather be sad and paid than broke and sad. We paid, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck?
But that's the thing, see, like, now it's a difference. I'd much rather be sad and paid than broke and sad. It's a
okay.
Like, I don't want to come out of pocket to bury somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'd much rather get paid to how to bury my loved one.
Right,
you know,
right.
That makes sense to you? Yeah. So ain't no sense in me being sad and broke. You see what I'm saying?
You really?
Right. Yeah, I don't want to be sad and broke.
You're supposed to be
right. Like, life is hard enough.
You got
please get in that order.
No, I'm talking about I'm gonna stop saying that. That's how bad.
Oh, what?
What did he say?
All the time.
What you say?
I'd rather be I be saying something. What I say
sad and paid.
Shit, I ain't gonna be sitting here looking sad and motherfucker.
Bro, exactly. I'm gonna be paid, exactly.
It sounds bad.
It sounds awful.
But you gotta accept reality though.
Yeah, but it sounds so bad.
Yeah, fuck the harshness. Fuck.
Like, I know what everybody be saying.
Right, yeah. They can look at you crazy. You have $200,000 coming in. You know
my sister be on some good. Thank you, good.
Right.
Like, I don't know how I can do it without you, but thank you, good.
Look, you left here.
Yeah.
But you left me something.
You're sick.
I'm telling you, man. Like, I'd rather be paid and sad than broke and sad. I'm telling you, bro. Like, yeah, see, y'all don't think we broke enough right here? I mean, just being realistic. Like,
realistically,
I seen some. We'd had lights, or we didn't have to figure out where the next meal coming from. Like, I've had them kind of days.
I feel like I can open a label. Mm-hmm. You can insure them. Mm-hmm. We can let them out to the streets.
What's up? Gucci doing it? Ain't know what Gucci doing? Gucci ain't doing that? I'm confused.
Why you think that's fucked up? That's super up.
A lot of labels do that though. Yeah.
They got
put insurance on you.
But they got
That's exactly what those
2 years. Can you explain the difference between term life and whole life?
Yes, that's a great question. That's a great question. So first and foremost, all policies going to come with that 2-year contestability period. Mm-hmm. So even if you're the healthiest, and if something happened to you, the insurance company going to investigate to see what happened. So if you lie on your policy, y'all tell the truth when y'all getting this life insurance too. So if you say you don't smoke and you a smoker, and they find that out and you die within that first 2 years of that contestability period, they could possibly not pay out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to set yourself up for instances like that. But so whole life stays in place for your whole life. Your monthly premium doesn't change. Your face amount doesn't change unless you made adjustments to it. Term life, it only stays in place for a term of the life. So prime example, I'm a 20-year-old. I get a 20-year removal like a verbal policy. So that means by the time I'm age 40, that policy either going to increase in premium. I'm going to have to pay, like if I got it at 20 years old and it was only $20, by the time I'm 40-year-old, Usually you don't stay the same age, and you're not 9 times out of 10 not gonna stay in the same health condition.
Right.
So you got old and all that good stuff, but so your premium gonna increase. So if you're not willing to pay that high your premium, then you're gonna lose that policy altogether. Whole life bills cash value, term life don't bill cash value.
So why would I not tell them that I'm not healthy? Like, I'm not gonna get insurance if I tell them I'm healthy, like even if it's a lie. Like,
so
because won't I be like a liability if I tell them that, okay, oh, I got cancer, I'm finna die, like what?
Look.
They not gonna insure me, right?
No, you can get insurance, but
they ain't gonna give me no $1 billion policy
no,
though.
No insurance covering the risk of you like that, right? So they're limited to like 15,000. Maybe some will get you 25,000, but that's what you got to think about. Like, think about it from a business perspective. Like, think about you being the insurance company. Would you want to insure somebody
that's gonna die anyways? Yeah, and I gotta give them $1 billion.
All right, exactly. Within the first 2 years of that policy, though,
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, like, just thinking about it from that aspect, you wouldn't want to do it. So you just got to put yourself in the mind of the insurance company, why they operate the way that they operate. But so again, term life, 20-year renewable and convertible term policy, your monthly premium changes, and again, your health usually are different. So yeah, I highly recommend whole life. However, I do have this product called Term with Living Benefits. So if anything happened to you, critical, chronic, or terminal, you'll be able to get access to up to 90% of that policy. So let's say you had a car accident and you was hospitalized, can't work and all the good stuff, and you had $1 million term of living benefits policy. You'll be able to access up to $900,000 of it, and then you'll be able to be paid on a monthly basis from that simply because you got that in place. So that's one term. That's the only term policy I would recommend. But again, it just depends on your situation and all that good stuff, because if you can afford, you got to get what you can afford first and foremost. But by the same token, I definitely want to do what's beneficial for you. So I lay it all out on the line when I'm talking to clients. I never want to limit them to what they can get, but I want you to see, and I want you to pick what's best. You decide what's best for you.
So how me getting, no, I'm the type of person, okay, if I'm going to buy a policy from you, right? I want to know how are you benefiting from me purchasing this policy from you, because how I know you're not trying to scheme or scam on me to like get your commission or something. Like, how would you reassure me in that situation for me to say, hold on?
So me personally, I'm not hard on my clients. I would let a client walk out the door. So if you felt that way, I would tell you, okay, well, if you feel that way.
You said Miss Bye.
You come talk to me when you feel as if
you serious about it.
Just think about this. Like, I'm supplying your needs. I'm figuring out what you got going on. I'm figuring out your situation, trying to see how I can help you. So why would I, in my right mind, because I'm gonna get paid regardless.
I don't know anything though. I'm scared. Right. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like,
so I'm gonna recommend you these books. You can go check out this book.
You take a read.
You check this out. Okay.
Okay.
I don't have that kind of time on my hands to be sitting here trying to debate whether,
But some people just need that push, their reassurance though. Like,
I'm gonna get them that reassurance. I'm gonna give you this 60-page read book called Money Worth Life Insurance, and I'm gonna send you 4 videos about IUL, annuities, and life insurance. Once you check that out, you can book back on my calendar and we can go from there. Okay,
so now because you're serious.
Come on now. I got that kind of time on my hands.
What questions have you got from people on the regular, like this kind of like, it kind of grinds your gears, you kind of feel like it's repetitive, like from the same person that's interested in actually like purchasing the policy?
That's a great question, man. Like, it's when I first started, it was like, do I need to pay this every month? Like, nah, not necessarily. You can pay it up for the year and be done with it. It's 100% up to you. So that was a question I ran into a lot. And then just to kind of elaborate more on that question, I always tell people, you're going to look at this like a subscription or an investment. So if you look at it like a subscription, you can cancel Netflix at any time.
I might skip a month.
You see what I'm saying? You might skip a month. Yeah. Right, exactly. So that's what I always find out the objective first. I always find out what people's situation is, what they got going on, so I can know how I can help them. So, because there's only 2 ways somebody can look at it, either like a subscription or investment. So if you're looking at it like an investment, you're gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna do whatever it takes for me to, I don't care.
To see the biggest return.
Exactly, to get this big return. But if I look at it like a subscription, then you're only gonna pay for it for a couple months, and then a couple months go down the line, you're like, why am I even paying this? Let me cancel.
Because I don't see it. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So that's why it's important. Insurance agents, that's why it's always important to make sure, your client understand what they have, the reason behind the product. You want to find out their objective, their reasoning behind even want to sit down and talk with you to, even get that product. So
Did you see this for yourself as being like,
a career.
yeah, it's a career, yeah.
No, I thought I was gonna, even though I didn't take sports serious, I just knew I was gonna be somewhere playing basketball and football and all that good stuff. But the way I even got into insurance, again, I was working at Hoover Toyota, and my prayer was this was 20, what's this year, 25? This was 21, the end of 21. So I had torn my Achilles in September. Didn't have no job. I was down bad. I'm talking about like
On your dick.
On my dick.
Damn.
I should have been selling it.
Yeah.
I was so down bad. I should have been selling it, man.
Yeah.
But like, it was so bad for me, man. And so I tore my Achilles. I was in welding school at the time. So I was supposed to go to this job in Mobile for welding. And I couldn't do nothing, man. Like Achilles was torn, ended up losing my grandma around Thanksgiving 2021. Lost my granddad on Christmas Day in 2021. And so at that point, like it was tough for me, like those were two of the people I love the most or whatnot. And so it was February of 22. Like I was just praying. That's when I started getting closer to God. Like I'm praying more, man. I'm praying to God, like, please, God, just put me on the path of having a real opportunity. I just want to make $1,000 a week. That was my prayer at first. And so I had 3 interviews. It was February 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. February 3rd, I had 3 interviews. I had this pest control interview. I had this interview where I got to get on roofs and convince people to let me get on their roof and tell them, hey, you need a new roof.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. And then I had the life insurance interview. So the pest control interview, of course, I got some size on me and whatnot. I go in there, they say, good God almighty, man, you got some size on you. We finna hire you right now.
Yeah.
So at that point, I felt like I was, you see what I'm saying? Like,
It was turning around.
yeah, it was like, it rubbed me the wrong way.
Okay.
Because right, yeah, that's a big boy. We could use him.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
Saying?
See, I'm way off. I thought you was excited. Did they say this shit?
No, it really rubbed me the wrong way.
You felt like it was racist?
Yes, fuck, yeah, it was extremely racist. But we live and we learn. But so had that interview, I was cool, but I was already making $15 an hour. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, I might as well stay at Toyota if I'm gonna make that. Go to this. What's the name? The roof and what I got to convince people. Like it was cool. It was a salary job or whatnot, or commission based or whatnot. So more people I let convince me to get on their roofs and tell them, hey, you need a new roof, and they get a roof, and I make money. And so it was cool. I've always been outgoing. Like I don't mind doing whatever I got to do to get to where I want to go. And so I almost missed the life insurance interview actually because it was at 3:30 that day, and I'm like, man, I'm tired of shit. I had 2 interviews already. Like, hey, I'm done. I'm cool with interviews.
Yeah.
So I'm asleep, man, and I'm like, and God was just like, hey, get up and go to this interview. I'm like, okay, cool. So I put on this turtleneck. And so it was more, and it's so ironic because it was almost like a same instance, and I still love these dudes like to this day. I love white people, by the way. And so, so I get to this interview, and again, I had just tore my Achilles a couple months ago, so I walk with a limp. And so, so my guy, man, I ain't gonna say his name, but when he see me, he say, man, I would have to hit him with a stick and run as fast as I can. And it's so ironic because like that actually made me laugh because it's like
I don't get it. I don't. So a stick, when he said a stick and run,
right?
What they doing? What is that? Oh, he's saying like hit you and like run off.
Yeah.
He said he can get away with it because he noticed your limp. Okay.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't get no stick and run.
Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
Right. But so it was, but I was more accepting of that because it was like, I got dark humor. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm a dark humor person. I love jokes and all that good stuff. But coming from certain people or whatnot, like I gotta understand, I kind of feel like you kind of had these kind of friends around for me to be accepting of the jokes that you lay out and whatnot. But so that group of white people, I was more accepting of them, throwing the jokes out and all that good stuff.
Because I was the other dude, you thought he was racist.
Right, I thought it was racist because he was an older kid, man. He was like 65, 70, so he'd have had a plantation.
He probably, his granddad or somebody, he probably was like, yeah.
He got a new somewhere, so I looked at it like that versus them. They was younger, that was, between 20 and 40 or whatnot, so it was more so like, all right, they just, being generous and just playing around. But so I ended up catching that interview, man, and it was like the best decision I ever made in my life, like sticking with insurance. Because if you stick and stay with this business, like it pays you forever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to this day, I get a check on the 7th of every month for the business that I did prior.
Prior
See what
to.
I'm saying? So,
Okay.
again, I went from praying to God, like, God, let me, just make $1,000 a week, to knowing that I get, like, if I don't have to lift a muscle, but on December every month, I'm gonna get, it's almost like the disability check that they get, but I know it's because I done put the work in prior, and I done, help some of the families and all that good
You
stuff.
got serious about when you said this shit though. You was smiling.
Right. Right, yeah, you gotta right, exactly, man.
So what is something that you would tell your younger self or your homeboys from the mindset that you have now, that you would tell them take it back a few more years? Like, what would you tell them?
Man, you gotta make a decision, and whatever decision you make, you really gotta give it your all. And if you're not giving it your all, you're not gonna get what you want out of it, so just do what you gotta do to get to where you wanna go. Honestly. And that's really what I would tell myself, because it's like, man, I want all the fancy stuff out of life and all the nicer things, but am I willing to go through the process, or am I willing to put in the grind that it takes for me to get what I want out of life? So my advice to my younger self is, man, again, what I told you earlier, what I would advise the younger generation: stay small enough, long enough, you'll be big enough soon enough.
Right.
And again, you can pull so much from it, so many different things from that. But yeah, that'll be my advice to my younger self, and the cats I ran around with or run around with. Like, man, do what you got to do so we can get it where we want to go.
So, do you believe that you had to like tear your Achilles to become the man that you had to be? Like, it was all part of the bigger plan.
Yes, that was my biggest learning lesson in life, because keep in mind, right after I took my Achilles, a couple months later, I lost my grandma, I lost my granddad, and at that time,
Character development. I'll take it back to.
I didn't take life serious. Like, I was telling you earlier, like, I didn't take sports serious. Like, I took nothing serious. I just wanted to fuck off. Like, that's just what it was. And so when I took my
I'm
Achilles,
judging you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm open to it. You can judge me. I deserve it. I deserve to be judged for that.
Okay.
And so I was man, that's all I wanted to do, man. And if I didn't tear my Achilles, I don't know where I would be today. Like, that was one of my biggest learning lessons.
Was it like a dark moment for you, like when you felt like that in that time?
Yeah, it was terrible, man.
Can't do shit.
Yeah,
stuck.
I've never been the type to depend on anybody else. But like, I had to really figure out how to make ends meet. You see what I'm saying? Like, phone off, I ain't got no gas in the car, like, because I already don't want to reach out to people and ask them
for them, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what made that moment so dark for me. And without that moment, I honestly don't know, where I would be. I know I wouldn't be here. I can honestly say I would not be here without, tearing my Achilles. So.
Right. So you feel like even though like it was, you considered it as a blessing in disguise that it happened for you, it had to sit you down, break you down,
not even
to build you back up.
It wasn't even a disguise blessing. That was that was the real deal. Like, that was.
But I'm saying, right in that moment, you didn't understand it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it was a blessing in disguise.
Right. But that's
Coming
what
out to
brought me closer to God too.
Yeah.
Like, that's what made me really depend on Him, because I didn't want to have surgery. Like, thank God I was young enough to, because if you didn't know, everything on your body can literally heal on its own. It can heal itself.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had, around the time I was supposed to have surgery, but I had 2 insurance companies, and they was like dicking around, like, okay, y'all gonna pay for it? No, y'all gonna pay for it. And over time, like, it eventually healed on its own. So again, to me, that was God saying, all right, I know you don't want to have no surgery or whatnot, but I'm gonna put you through this. I want to sit you down because I want you to see, the path that you're going down. Because I ain't gonna say that, but yeah, it was. it could have went a whole different route. You see what I'm saying? So I'm extremely appreciative for that journey. Again, I'm even appreciative for losing my grandma and granddad.
I felt like that about my mom.
Right. Yeah, it's like you. In that moment, you mad, you sad, you all that good stuff.
Confused. Why is this happening to me?
Right, like, why me? Like, why I gotta lose this person?
Same.
Why I gotta lose that person? Because again, these are people that's like extremely close to you. And so losing them people, like, you don't see it then, but later on down the line, it's like, all right, that's a part of what made me who I am today. Mm-hmm. So I'm appreciative of it.
So what's the first thing? Okay, you decided to be an insurance agent. You went to the interview, you got the job. Mm-hmm. So the money started coming in, life turned around for you. What was some dumb shit you spent your money on? Like, it was a nice little, you probably got your
these right here. So the Queens used to be $800, bro. Yeah. And I went and bought these for Easter, man. I just wanted to I wanted to show motherfuckers think I'm happy.
Copping it, yeah.
I was like, see what I'm saying? Like I'm really
Tight.
on that. And so I went and bought these McQueens, man, $800 shoes. And at the time I shouldn't have been buying it because I think the check was on like $2,300 or something like that week.
You
So
was excited.
I was so proud, bro. Like then I took the whole fam out to eat Easter Sunday.
Oh.
Give us what I want.
Yeah,
Get some
it's
crabs,
on
some
me.
lobster, like whatever you want. Like just get that. You see what I'm saying? But so right after that, and it's crazy because again, entrepreneurship come with ups and downs. And so again, God gave me another instance to where He allowed me to lose it all again. You see what I'm saying? So now I'm trying to figure out how to pay car note, how to pay phone bill, how to do this and how to do that. And that was another learning curve for me because I went and bought these. Don't get me wrong, I still got them to this day. And
Right.
What, 3-4 years later? If I didn't buy these, I want to learn what I learned throughout that journey. See what I'm saying?
You ain't had money to spend in that moment.
Right, exactly.
Stupid ass.
Exactly. Like if I didn't go through this and if I didn't
Tight.
take the fam out to eat,
Yeah.
you know, and again, and I probably
You could have took. Why you never take the shoes back though?
Who?
So you was never that down bad. You was never that down bad then.
It was bad.
So why you didn't take? You had the money right there.
It's-
Them $800.
Right, but you got to think about it. I wasn't thinking to that capacity at that time.
I would have took that shit back so quick.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah.
Hey.
So I can say what I would have did, but in that instance, yeah, what was I 24? Like,
Yeah, I swear to God, like 2 years ago, when I used to go shopping, I ain't never used to. I keep my receipt.
Yeah.
I keep the tags on. I ain't never until like I felt like, because I always feel like every time I bought something or every time I got something or I obtained something, some bad came away to take it back. So it's like I never get rid of the receipt or take the tag back because it was like I'm gonna have to always return that shit. I'm gonna return that shit. But I just been blessed because I'll take the tags off now. But at first I could not because I feel like I never had that security of like I feel like it's gonna get took from me.
Right.
So I kept the tag, but now I done got over that now. But anywho, another day. It was just a moment. You could have took them damn shoes back.
I really could have, man, but it was like again, I wasn't thinking to that capacity at that time. Like all I knew was I got these, and I never really been big on like selling clothes because I get clothes away all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I could have made that stuff back, but I feel like God was like, you bought it, but I didn't give it to you for you to go back and resell it. Like you want this stuff, like give it away. You know, it's people that's really in need, that really need this stuff. So I got you. This guy telling me I got you. You just do, follow your assignment. I'm giving you your assignment. I just need you to follow. So my faith in God has always been, no, I ain't gonna say always. When I started insurance, when I took my Achilles, that's when my faith got strong.
We got you.
And when my faith got strong, I always understood. Like I never take the bad from anything. I always take the good from stuff. And if you stay in that mindset, again, every day gonna be a holiday in your world. So it don't matter what happens.
He think every day is a holiday.
Every single day is a holiday in my world. Because again, I've lost I don't know. I ain't got no uncles. I ain't got no grandmas, no granddads. Like
I can't. I get you. I get it. I swear. I get what your mindset is. But for me, I didn't have my share of loss and stuff too. But I ain't dwelling in it. But at the same time, I still don't feel like I have every day. Some days you have a day where I be like, it's just one of those days. Nothing's really wrong, but it's just one of those days.
Well, so you shouldn't have a day. You can have a moment. You can absolutely have a bad.
But it shouldn't have to be my whole day. It should consume my whole day. Okay, you ate with that. Well, you changed it. You ate it up because I've been to let some fuck my whole day up.
Whole day, yeah. You have
cancel the whole day.
So you can have a bad moment. You can have a bad day.
Fuck this shit. Fuck that shit. We ain't doing nothing. I let some cancel my whole day. I swear I will.
Yeah. You see, you can't do that.
I like it. It's a moment. Have it a moment.
You have a bad moment, but a bad day is unacceptable.
Okay. We can have a bad moment. Not a bad day.
Yeah, put that in your notebook.
I'm gonna put that in my notebook. In my mental notebook. I'm gonna be only upset for that moment.
Right, exactly. You said what happened? Right, exactly.
So that fuck up your whole day.
People keep fucking up
all day long. And you like, yeah.
So what do you feel like? What is the hardest part about chasing success as somebody that's like moving, like elevating in life? Like what do you feel like the most, and also as being like a black man?
The hardest part about chasing success?
Mm-hmm.
The hardest part about chasing success is staying the course, man. Like if you don't stay the course, like it's easy to get distracted. Again, you can always revert back to your old ways. It's just up to you. But so chasing success, you gotta stay grounded, you gotta stay focused. And if you don't stay focused, you can easily get distracted. And next thing you know, you're doing what you've already grown from. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? So focus, discipline. That's majority of the success.
I had to stop in and say we are live from Pressure 23 Radio on iHeartRadio with Unfiltered as Fuck with Kyha Monique. This shit go on every Tuesday. Go listen to me on all streaming platforms. Amazon Music, Deezer, Apple Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. What else? Spotify, Pandora.
You're just everywhere.
That shit is everywhere. Follow us
The
on
big
social
one.
media.
Don't play with her.
But yeah, continue back on to my guest, Jay Rich. Sorry.
Nah, you're good. You're good. I was going to the comment to see what.
Did somebody say something in the
see what anybody
comments?
was channels out of the channel. A lot of people go back and watch it too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, go back and watch it.
So-
Gems.
So what is it? So go back to you saying you blew the check.
Mhm.
God made you sit down.
Mhm.
Basically, it was like you should never blew the check. Da, da, da. So this time, what was it for you that gave you that moment? It's like, okay, I got it, but I can't. I gotta have some type of hold on there, like how I go issue, how I go by spending my money. Like, what did you do different?
Right. So I started tithing. 10%
Amen.
every check. Yeah, you gotta tithe. 'Cause if you tithe, God gonna always, make way.
Mhm.
Then you also got to put away some bread too. Me personally, I like to put away more than what I would spend. So if let's say I made $1,000, I'm gonna tithe 10%. I'm gonna put a big percentage of that away, and then I'm only like my broke is I got this and savings. I just stash this away.
I can still eat losses insurance, but I'm broke. But
this all I
yeah,
got to spend. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if I got to go over here and get this money, we can't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But so that's what allows you to eventually build wealth. Again, investments and stuff like that. That's the primary goal for me. I got to get into bigger investments.
So do you feel like insurance and credit go hand in hand, or like kind of related to each other in a way, or no?
Financial services in general, all have its relations. If you got good credit, you'll be able to make some moves in life. Like credit can get you in rooms that cash can't. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But so yeah, it's got its similarities for the most part, but to me it's still a different.
Okay.
So,
Why?
again, insurance is more so of an investment, and credit is more so you trying to, I guess, get to. They both, if it makes sense to you, they both getting you where you want to go. Because if you got credit, like you can always, get whatever. But again, I much rather get money from my insurance and myself
For yourself
versus
versus.
get it from a bank or whatever the case may be.
But don't you like need, so like you got an IUL,
Right.
you feel me? You finna be like, okay, I need to flip this money.
Mhm.
But don't you need credit to like flip the money the way you need to flip it so it can have a return to it?
No, the return is.
I'm saying like when you lose the money, okay, so like you use the money out, it's been 5-6 years, right? You want to borrow against your IUL. So you borrowing against it, you want to invest the money somewhere. So would it be easier to just invest it in stock or a business or something where you would have to use your credit for?
Me personally, I'm going to buy land. I'm going to gentrified areas. So prime example, and I'm really giving y'all some deals because this is my plan.
Okay.
But so one of my IULs is structured for income. So that just means I get them. It's building more cash value for me so that I can, borrow from when I go and do whatever I want to do. But so, of course, one of the gentrified areas is over here on the north side, Top Golf Amphitheater. They got a Legacy Arena, all that good stuff like that.
Mhm.
So if you notice, they actually starting to tear down houses. They tearing down what was that? The hospital? What was it? Callaway or something?
Callaway, yeah.
So they
Callaway
doing,
Hospital.
whatever they doing with it or whatnot. But so they also going to start clearing out houses and all that good stuff and let people come in. The investors is going to buy that area up. So what they're going to do is they're going to duck the black people off and all the violence and all that good stuff. They're going to tuck us in the corner. I'm going to say us because I'm black too.
Right.
They're going to tuck us in the corner. They're going to allow us to do whatever the hell we want to do. Kill each other, shoot each other, do whatever we're going to do. Just don't come over here. Fuck up.
Make sure they got some insurance though while they do it.
They better holler. Right, exactly. So what I plan to do with one of my IULs is go buy up a few blocks over there. I can either put houses on them, or I can put houses on them and rent them out, Airbnb them, or whatever the case may be, or I can just sit on that land and then just resell it.
Okay.
So, haven't really decided to what extent I want to do, from that perspective, but that's, one of my goals as far as what one of my IULs.
Okay.
Yeah,
so what is something that you would want to tell somebody that supports you, support your movement, or support what you're doing, how, you could have been a product of your environment, but you decided to go a different route? What would you tell them? Like,
I'm appreciative of it. I appreciate every client, every human being that has some positive to say about what I got going on. Even the people who have some negative to say, like, I'm appreciative of them too. So, like, I'm appreciative of everybody, man, because like everybody has something to do with my journey.
right?
You know what I'm saying? So, from the people who got policies with me, or who even refer somebody to me, I appreciate you. For the people who had some negative to say about me, I appreciate you as well, but in a different way.
But you appreciate it though.
I appreciate it. Exactly.
So I'm not gonna keep you long.
Yeah.
Had a great conversation. Thank you for coming to sit down with
Appreciate you for having me.
Kyha Monique with Unfiltered this book. I don't feel like we got unfiltered. I ain't gonna be messy, so this could have been a learning moment. We didn't get unfiltered, and that's cool. But it's a learning moment. Everybody, each one teach one.
You niggas gonna die. You better come get some life insurance. Right. Before going to go fund me a t-shirt. That what guy wanted me to get.
That's what I wanted him to say.
She want me to tell y'all you're gonna die.
You're gonna die.
If you don't get no life insurance, then your folk gonna be ass.
We don't want to buy no place for your mama.
And I don't even like feels like that. That's what I'm saying. So, but what's the hell your life feel like that?
I don't want to go support your GoFundMe.
GoFundMe, none of that. Right.
This type shit.
And you done had stashed money the week before, but all of a sudden
you got on motherfucking Alexander McQueen's.
You cool? you cool?
And we round this bitch trying to figure out how we gonna bury your ass.
That's $6,000. 18 gauge still cash. Somebody gotta pay for it.
Yeah, so go get some fucking life insurance, you guys. Invest into your life insurance, you guys. You don't have to wait till you're dead for somebody to see it. You can see it while you're alive if you put the right energy behind it.
Exactly. Invest into indexing strategies, man. Like,
invest into yourself, period.
Right. Like it's bigger than final expense. Final expense is what you use for when you die. But we gotta get into, IULs, fixed index annuities. If y'all got any older people out there, man, like the government really doing them a disservice, bro, because again, they having to pay back 30% of what's in their 401k. And then that's why you see older people in Walmart. Not saying that this all of that case, but if you go to Walmart, and y'all actually pay attention to this now, but
they be at the door. You bring your tickets.
Greeters. Like they 65, 70, 75 years old. If you 75 years old, I'm sure you don't want to be in nobody Walmart.
That's why the retirement age needs to be 45, bro. Like it needs to be 45, 65.
The government can't get enough out you.
Well, I'm telling you what it should be. I don't give a fuck about them being greedy. Yes, but y'all gonna see. Stay tuned for me, y'all, because we're gonna get the world. We're gonna get the world right on track.
Right, we're gonna get the world where it need to be. Right.
You have to have medical benefit. You asking me what I'm gonna do for? I just feel like I don't know. That's a great question though.
So the bread somebody gotta pay.
They don't got no. You can't buy. I thought you can buy insurance like out of pocket. Like I can't pay for no Blue Cross Blue Shield. Okay, that's a bill. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna work it out where you're gonna retire at 45. You're gonna have free health care. I'm gonna make all this shit out. I'm gonna map it out.
Please map it out.
When someone has free health care, somebody's paying for the free like me.
Right.
We already paying for the shit anyways. We're gonna instead of paying for food stamps and government assistance, we're gonna be paying for health care. That's what you're gonna take out your check because you paying for this shit anyways. That's what I'm saying. So but it's gonna be free. It's coming out your check regardless. We're gonna pay taxes. We're gonna pay tax on it's meaningful for everybody. So guess what? If everybody got a job, everybody paying taxes for everybody. Everybody gonna have health benefits.
Everybody
because you can live better without work.
For real.
You live better without working.
Why would you say that?
Because if you get on Section 8, they're gonna give you a certain, you're allowed a certain.
You can't get that in my world.
This is the real.
Kyha world fucked
I'm
up.
telling you, it's gonna be no. Kyha world is a you is what's the word? How you say it? Utopia, yeah. Kyha world is a utopia. Like if y'all, who gonna work? The people gonna work the world. We gotta work. Schools.
Food is free.
Food ain't that. Food ain't.
You can grow it.
You can grow it though. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna, my world gonna be, it's legit though, for real.
Why do we pay for
You can go and grow it.
We gotta pay for a fishing license?
Well, I think you have to pay for food because people are lazy though.
Exactly.
It's the convenience of it. Cause like you can go and plant your own tomatoes and grow them.
But the purpose of a black fishing license is to pay for rangers and other people that govern those areas to keep people from doing the wrong shit. So you may get somebody that may be a bully and decide that they gonna take out damn fish and everybody gonna stop. There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
I just feel like healthcare should be fucking free. It should not cost me to come in this world, and it should not cost me to leave this world.
Unfortunately, that's what costs the most.
It should not.
That's what costs the most.
It shouldn't. Like it costs to breathe and it costs to die.
Cost of living.
The price of funerals is overrated. I think they do.
I think to pay to come into the world is overrated. I didn't ask to be here. Well, my parents got to pay, but I didn't ask to be here.
Yeah, they gotta pay a pretty penny too.
Nobody asked to fucking be here. My world sound great, y'all.
That what you feel?
Yes,
Put your ass back out here so much money.
you would.
So much very.
That's why I feel like I promote that people get their life together for they have kids, bro.
His ass back in there. And it doesn't matter when you have kids, it don't matter if they grown or not. They never stop.
You never stop being a parent, yeah.
Stop being a parent.
Never. My mom, she don't know what she keep talking about. Some I'm grown, and I don't be hearing none of that.
None of that.
I was born late.
You try to stay in there as long as you can.
He said I wasn't ready to come in. Oh, people with kids too. People with kids, man. I highly recommend investing into $1 million baby IUL. So if your kid is anywhere between 0 and 17 or 18, or whatever the case may be, let's just say you got a 2-year-old and you invest in $150 a month, on a monthly basis for them. By the time they're in their 20s, they got like $1.3 million that they got access to.
You said $150 for the kid.
Right.
A month.
Where they work?
You gonna pay for
Where
it.
the mama and them work at?
I mean,
You gonna pay for it.
150, like. So we think about what we spend on the kids as is. Like you can do 50, 100, 150. Like that's just the range of it.
50, I can see 50, 100.
Yeah, but
they can skip some.
right, they gonna see. But again, you.
But then they gonna want them Jordans, so it's like you ain't gonna have Jordans this month because you're gonna be able to buy the store in about 10
You
years.
gonna skip a
Sounds
necessity with that 150.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the way the government is right now.
Yeah.
That's how you
absolutely.
gonna skip a necessity
Right,
for 150.
right. So it just, I mean, and it depends on how many kids you have too.
Shit,
There's some
one of them
people.
motherfuckers got
I don't even want to know the price breakdown. I'm terrified of the talk.
It's expensive, man.
minimum insurance, like health insurance on a job.
Yeah.
That's the minimum between. I can say
I have to pay like $126 per paycheck.
for you. Just for you,
Yes.
girl, where you work?
I work at the hospital, but like for my dental to come out and all that shit, like it's like 126.
Oh, that's high. I pay that for me and you.
Very ghetto, 0 out of 10.
Man, you work for the city?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, I just seen the shirt and said,
Yeah. I'm for the city. They ain't make no money.
you got all the money there. That was-
I can be there.
That's just one of her jobs of the
One
many.
of 'em, right. Yeah, you gotta have $1 million jobs.
You gotta have a million.
Yeah.
You have to have a million jobs to pay for the things that your job take out, like medical, vision, dental, and your other like critical illnesses, policies. Do you do those like critical illness policies and stuff like that?
So, to an extent, again, the term will living benefits, like if something happened to you, you became hospitalized, then I got strategies that'll pay you. That term will living benefits, I was telling you about critical chronic terminal. But,
So you have some of those, like, I think mine, like with theirs, it was a rider policy, it was like a rider when I first got it for them. Of course, I got they
Yeah,
that when I got them on there, they were like riders. They turned 18.
yeah, and they come from under there.
With them. So I got a whole lot of people who getting insurance for free. I got a whole life policy due to benefits or whatever. So I know that's good. That's why when your grandparents say stuff like, when you see the insurance man and they tell you, hey, get your insurance while you're young.
Get your insurance while you're young. So you have people as riders. You got kids as riders on your policy. Yeah, eventually they'll come from under there. That's why I tell people, get what you can while you can, because if you get what you can while you can, it'll reap the benefits in the long run.
So like my mom has a policy that she had for me, and I'm sure it couldn't have been much because it's a paid for policy.
Right.
So do they have those type policies now?
You said
So like I don't know, she had to have it forever for the policy to be paid out. Like it's a life insurance policy paid so long to the policy is paid.
Oh yeah, that's a real thing. Yeah.
So what do they call it? Now I need to look at
Life insurance, like if somebody had a $10,000 whole life policy, they can pay $10,000 up, and they know they got that policy forever.
So if I got 50, I can got 50. I'm good.
Yeah, you good. You ain't got to worry about paying on that ever again. Yeah.
You're not gonna be excited and not crying.
Right.
I'm gonna knock it down.
There was a lot of people on the other guy down.
Knock the price down.
She said she got to knock it down.
Knock the policy payout down.
You got to phase them out.
It's $500,000, so you try to anybody that you feel like that may leave. If you leave and then you have an ability to somebody in a better situation that you care about, you have a tendency to leave in a better situation if you can.
Yeah.
Bible said, you gotta have this stuff in place.
I need to get probably a few life insurance policies on some people though.
My auntie telling me.
There you go, right there. I keep telling her you pay it on.
Cause the streets,
She's telling me.
the streets gonna get them down quick.
You know what I'm saying?
And I would love to have a policy on them.
Why not get paid for them leaving?
Yeah. She collecting off the dead people. I'ma have bad love for collecting off. I'ma just quit. I just feel like everybody need to go down the line and they family have a sit down a meeting and separate who the crash house is, and they all pitch together, put the money in a pot.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, we're gonna pay the monthly for this person, because guess what? All them are motherfucking crash outs.
Yeah.
And they gonna be the first ones to go. So we gonna be straight.
Exactly. So everybody get a policy on themselves. I think that's more beneficial.
But you got some people that's in your family that's some crash outs though.
You got some people in your family that don't see the purpose of life insurance.
Yeah.
They die, and they like, oh shit.
Crash outs. Crash outs.
I ain't gotta pay for it. I'm dead.
Crash outs.
You ever told me that life insurance went back? Now nobody called me.
But elbow.
Your ass gonna be above ground if I got
Crash out.
We still gotta pay them folks.
Crash out. Crash out.
And they'll let you sit in the funeral home for a minute too. Like until they get their bread.
If you sit down and you talk to them and say, hey y'all, we gonna talk about life insurance tonight, and they walk away, like policy crash out. Yes. But no.
When as soon as they die, they be like, oh, he had no insurance, motherfucker. You knew that before they left him.
You knew the chink put the motherfucking insurance on
You
him.
knew this before they left.
You knew that boy was out there telling the motherfucking switches, and you ain't take the fucking no fucking policy. I have a kid, but my kid come home with their hands with their pants sagging. I'm saying this if I'm slow, but I'm saying if they come home with their pants immediately, I'm getting the biggest life insurance policy that they can qualify for. Immediately, you're getting a policy.
I got a question. Why is it when you have a baby, they tell you that they'll insure your kid, but at the time when my kid was a little kid, 14, I had to wait
15 days.
Days before they insure him. Why is that?
Gotta make sure that baby don't leave within them 15 days.
That'll be crazy. They died in a few days though.
Gotta pay you.
I ain't like that shit. That's I was watching it like.
Yeah, gotta wait 15 days.
But that'd be so crazy because what if the kid died on the 16th day?
then it's gonna be a contestability period. They're gonna examine to see how the kid died, and then they'll pay it out. They'll pay it out.
And how about on the policy? Somebody had like a $200,000 policy, and like you said, maybe 2 years, because this recently happened to a family. 2-year period had passed, but they passed and they didn't pay the full amount. Why?
What was the amount they had?
200
$250,000, and the company didn't pay the
full amount, and I'm sure they probably did. Yeah, they didn't pay for it.
Wow, that's
Did they sue the insurance company?
good.
I mean, I don't know
It's
what
possible.
I didn't get the process, but I was like, why they not pay if the 2 years is up? Why they not paying the full amount?
Yeah, they should have paid that full amount. But then again, hopefully they didn't put some in the policy that, hopefully they didn't lie on the policy. Because even then, like, after 2 years, they like, oh shit, you done live 2 years.
So they got little small clauses and stuff. I mean, I need to go read mine because
Definitely read your policy.
Like, how did they not? And they said that they whatever. Then if you had a policy, maybe I got 1,000. Why is it that you want it? They want you.
Different medical exam.
Yes.
And so it also depends on the company. But some companies you got some companies, man, they some real assholes, and then you got some companies like jolly as hell to give you the money. So it really depends on the person you're doing business with, and it depends on the company that they're working with as well. Oh yeah. Because I'll be honest with you, most insurance agents, they really out here for commission. Because I ain't gonna lie, we make a ton of money. But so most insurance agents, they just out here for commission, and they like, hey, if I get you this little term policy, hey, $20 a month, you can get that, and I know I'm gonna make $400 off of it. It's easy. That's an easy sale. So it depends on the agent.
So do they have to? So okay, so hold on, that sounds like a follow scheme though. Wait.
And you, my friend, are part of the problem. You are part of the problem.
No, wait.
Let me get into this insurance.
Yeah. No, for real though.
So don't they have to keep they had a policy active for a certain amount of time in order for
To get the commission.
To get paid.
Yeah.
So is it still 3 months or something like that?
Nah, so you get paid again depending on the company and who you work with or whatnot. So you'll get paid an advance from that first premium, and then you'll get paid on the back end as well. So they still got it in the 8th, 9th, and 10th month. That's when you start to receive renewals. So you start getting, as I was saying, I still get paid from business that I wrote years ago.
Right.
I get paid that because
they still paying that shit.
Policies, right? So as long as they can, I get paid.
I just learned something.
Yeah. So that's the beautiful part about business.
So, because they ain't got to keep the policy, you going to get paid. But if they keep the policy, you want them to keep the policy, you get paid.
You get paid. Right. Yeah, the quality of people you deal with is extremely important. Like it's vital.
Yeah.
So if you want a long career in insurance, you want to deal with some quality people.
Yeah.
If you don't want a long career, you're just doing it for commission, then obviously you just go get your.
So how do you go about sourcing, like with your potential clients? Do they usually come to you, or what's your like?
So now I've built to the point where I have people who refer me to other people.
Okay.
So of course, and that's with anything. Like anything you do, eventually people start putting word of mouth. Like
right.
Still referrals and marketing that's still like the number one thing in marketing. Word of mouth or whatnot. So you can do all the social media and all that good stuff you want to.
So where can people reach you at if they interested in purchasing a policy or even pursuing it as a career?
Yeah, so they can again inbox me. They're rich on Facebook. I'll also drop my virtual business card in the comments for them to be able to see that. And those are the primary ways that they can reach me. But if you're real serious, then my business number is 205-301-537. So if you're interested in a career opportunity, part-time or full-time, or if you're interested in indexing strategies or just basic life insurance, then reach out to me.
So how would this be like for say about somebody wanted like a side hustle? Like would that be flexible with being?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can literally make your own schedule. You decide what you want to do, how you want to do it. We have a strategy in place, a system in place.
Mm-hmm.
System stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. If you already got a system in place, ain't no sense of you trying to come in and make your own system.
Right.
So if you follow this system, you can make whatever you want to make. see what I'm saying? So it's already in place. You just come in, you follow it, and then boom, now you got you and the kids something nice for Christmas because you done came in and ran a play.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, you guys heard it here on Unfiltered as Fuck. Kyha Monique featuring insurance broker. Correct?
Yeah.
Jay Rich. If you want to know more about it, you can reach him on social media.
Very rich.
You can look at his virtual business card. He gonna drop it somewhere soon.
Yeah, we can drop it right now, actually. 'Cause we got it right now.
And thank you. We are live from Pressure 23 radio station on iHeartRadio with Unfiltered as Fuck. See you guys next week and the week after that and the week after that and the week after that and on and on and on and
I gotta
on.
get back on here one more time, man.
Come back. Everybody want to come back.
Come back, man. We're gonna come back.
And we gotta make it a little messy a little bit. We did very good.
Yo, lay hands up top.
We did real good. We're gonna get a little messy next time you come though.
But
So you can get comfortable.
we can do that. I'm with
Yeah.
you. We can do that.
But it's always a good time at Unfiltered as Fuck with Kyha Monique. Thank you again. See y'all guys next week.